Order filled. Order filled. And one final question, Mr. Bryant. What do you see that makes this trader so special?
I see a calmness. There's a serious calmness about him, which is extremely deadly. Right? Because he's not up, he's not down, he's not contemplating what just happened before or worrying about what's to come next. He's just there.
All right, I'm long inside of this fair value gap. Looking to take a small partial above this high. All right, I'm going short here. Come on. Let's do it. All right. So pretty simple as far as bias. Relative equal highs here on the daily chart is my focus. And then we're looking at this fair value gap as a draw on liquidity. And we're in pretty close proximity to that as well. And I'm going to go ahead and get consequent encroachment of that level, 790.5. All right, so buy side liquidity, this down close candle, bullish order block. I wouldn't expect us to trade down into that at this point in time. So we'll go ahead and take that off. But buy side liquidity, fair value gap is my draw. New day opening gap looks pretty small. And let's go down to a 15-minute chart. Look at us working that new day opening gap. That small little, literally is one point, one handle, and it's that influential. So midnight opening price is all the way down here. 8:30 open is here. Getting some movement lower, which is what I like. I want to see us keep that buy side intact before 9:30. I don't want us to run that out just yet. Regular trading hours. So we're going to have a premium gap opening. And then buy side. Let's go. I'm on time this morning. I'm on time. Welcome all new people. Jonathan, glad to have you. All the new people to the server, glad to have you. It's a dark, cloudy, rainy day here in Houston. The apartment hasn't been this dark in the morning in a while. It's very relaxing. is at 2 p.m. It's FOMC meeting minutes, not regular FOMC, so I'm not really worried about it. FOMC, the federal funds rate, that's the one that I'll be watching. Getting my monitor set up here. Do, 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 do. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Got about 3 minutes till the open. We do have medium impact news at 10. Not placing too much emphasis on that. So I'll let the opening bell do what it wants to do, and then we'll see if we can possibly get us set up towards that daily buy-side liquidity pool. I'll be back 1 second.
Order filled.
So our opening bell is here. Whoops. Had the string put up on my phone. Take a quick glance at regular trading hours. Take this off for a second. So gap higher. Yeah, that buy side. Clean draw for me. Opening above this buy side, those buy stops are triggered. I like to see us work lower a little bit more instead of just making a run for that buy side at this point in time. Been out of the country on vacation. That's what's up. Everything's good. Same old, same old. Hopefully you enjoyed your vacation. $15-minute chart isn't necessarily the cleanest right now. A little bit of a range. Same thing with S&P. Dow getting some displacement. Need to make some money. I feel you. I feel you. Did you go on your cruise? No, not yet. That's on June 7th. We'll leave June 7th, coming back on the 14th. Nothing I see in the chart that's worthy enough for me at the moment. outside. Maybe, I don't know. Hopefully we don't lose power. This apartment loses power so easily. I came back from our family trip this past weekend, and all the microwaves and all that was out. All my purifiers were turned off. Pretty sure there's a power outage while I was gone. It's been raining here all week. Consolidation, unwilling to leave, opening prices is not something that I like to engage in. Yeah, it's raining pretty. It's not raining bad, but it's pretty dark, and yeah, you can hear the thunder. That's why I'm hoping the power doesn't go out. Just waiting for something clean. Again, that buy side, 21,560 is my focus for the day. But I needed something clean. I need some narrative behind a possible entry. Otherwise, I sit still. Which side of Houston? I'm not gonna say which side, but you know, people be weird. But yeah, it's relaxing though. I like this is my type of weather when it's dark and cloudy. Some people think it's gloomy and depressing. I find it relaxing. Like I love weather like this. Are you trading PM? No. If I do, it'll be off camera working on my funded account, but I won't be trading the PM. I don't stream the PM. I'll say it that way. All right, so NASDAQ getting some expansion towards that buy side. Let's look at ES. Same with ES. Dow has been the leader. There's the buy side. I think we're likely to expand way beyond that. my main focus is really, I want to see if we can get to that fair value gap here on the daily chart. Looking at that sell size, too smooth. I'm too 50-50 right now because I think we can still go higher. I'm not really convinced with that shallow little run above the buy side. But then again, these lows, in my opinion, are really clean, too smooth. So I'm just waiting. Didn't really give me anything worthwhile to go long based off of, or to go long on anything that I think is high probability. I'm working this fair value gap. I wouldn't be against shorting, but it has to be obvious. If price starts to consolidate prior to 10 a.m., what should we expect after news? I'm just observing. looking at those 7 a.m. lows as a potential draw. Do you expect a retracement to the left? I'm just observing right now. I don't have any hard bias. I am short on my funded account, but I need more conviction for my personal funds. My risk is already removed on my funded. But like I said, I can see it panning out both ways. Another deeper run above that daily buy side. But then again, the 7 a.m. lows are a little too clean, so I'm just waiting. I may just wait till 10 o'clock. Look at S&P, see what everything else is doing. We're right back to that 8:30 open. I'm looking at that sell side. And then that, should we run that 7 a.m. sell side, I think that can possibly set the stage for another rally higher. Apex, I'm up about 3,000. Why didn't you say you're in a trade? It's not a signal service. And I trade my funded account differently than I do my personal funds. I take my personal funds more serious. And TP just got hit. Oh, well, not yet. I'm observing to see how we react after, again, tagging that buy side. Let's see if I can switch tabs. 1 second. This is on my separate monitor. But I'm really looking for longs.
In this video, I'll show you how to tie a simple bracelet from 2 threads. Tape and cotton yarn into scissors, a sticky. For this, you need a.
So yeah. All right, let's go back to the main chart. This is what I wanted to see. Now, I would have loved to see this drop down first and then make a run towards the buy side, but this shallow little wick, I'm really seeing it as we barely ran the buy side, the body stopping here. I'm not convinced that we're done up here. show the entry. This is my personal account. I'm trading my funded account off camera because that's mine. The funded account's mine. I'm not trying to provide too many updates on that. That's something I'm doing on the side. But my live account, the account that I pay my bills with, this is the one that I'm streaming. And I'm looking at our current daily candle. Yes, we have FOMC in the afternoon, but meeting minutes, I don't treat that as your typical FOMC federal funds rate. But I'm looking at this indecisive candle, and again, those who've been with me for a while already know how I feel about days like this.
Order filled.
Like this is a day I would trade on the funded account and be a little bit more cautious on my personal. Because the funded account with Apex, you have to build, for my account size, you have to build almost an $8,000 cushion. So like I'm up $7,000, like 7,300 on the account, but I can't withdraw any of that because it's considered a cushion. So I have to make 7,500 plus any profits after that, then I can withdraw. So the cushion part is out of the way. And yeah. But I'm trying to get a read for this. I love this here. This is something that I was waiting for. And I think that can set us up for a nice rally. All right, so I'm going long here. It's based off a 15-second chart. And I want to see if we could get another rally towards that daily buy side. Whoops. Again, I'm not convinced that we're done going higher. And just realized you can't see my entries. I'm going in with 6 contracts initially, and then should it start panning out in my favor, then I'm gonna add on the other 4. But I'm working on scaling in, so like my losses can be a lot smaller. My stop loss is beneath that down close candle's mean threshold. I wanted support at that inversion fair value gap. Also in that macro that I like. my entry on the funded account was based off the 15-second as well. Okay, so I'm stopped there. So, reduce risk. I'm gonna sit tight because again, I'm looking at our daily candle, and it's not really giving me much to work with here. This is our current new day opening gap. But 15-minute, this is exactly what I like. The low's taken. I'll consider a re-entry, but it has to be, obviously it has to fit what I'm looking for. To me, this isn't enough for me. I want to see another more meaningful stab above that. Before I go back to a 1 minute, I'll check on S&P, Dow. I'm gonna sit tight, see what we want to do. I may wait for 10 o'clock, let the opening range do its thing, and then we do have that
Order filled.
news driver at 10, which I'm not placing too much emphasis on. Medium impact news drivers, I really don't pay those much mind, but I do make note of them. Short on funded, long on live, yeah. And I think today's the last day if you want the Apex 90% off stuff. I think it ends today at midnight. It's
Order
90%
filled.
off, and then it's 50% off each month after that. So today's the last day if you're waiting for it. Look at gold. What's gold up to? Really, so whenever the daily chart is looking a little indecisive, like our candle's a little doji, I'll focus more on the 15-minute, and I kind of use that 15-minute chart as my daily chart in a way. I want to see if we get above this high potential bullish breaker. an eye on my 15-second chart, see if there's any obvious fair value gap that catches my interest. Can you explain your short? We'll do a trade breakdown after this. I'm still looking for another setup on my personal account, but we'll do the trade breakdown on the funded when we're done here. Remind me if I forget. So I forgot we had news at 10 o'clock, and like I said, it didn't really do much of anything. But there's your 10 a.m. medium impact news driver. I was just trying to hurry up and get out of that buffer because I just find that so lame. Like they force you to build a cushion. It's just another way that prop firms want to make it harder for you to not get payouts, make you be more impulsive. They know a lot of people don't have the patience to build a buffer, and they're going to want to gamble and over leverage to do it quickly. And then the buffer is just another layer, another brick wall you have to get through just to get a payout. I don't think all prop firms do that, but it would be nice to withdraw that $7,000 if I could. But it's okay. It only took 2 days to do it. Risk was 1%. 1%, 3-to-1 risk to reward. I'm not risking any more than 0.5% to 1% on the funded account. Even with the buffer, a cushion, I'm not risking more than that. Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to. And this is literally, for those who've been in the stream for the past couple of weeks, this has been the same setup we've been taking all week. Only reason why I didn't trust a short on my live funds is this run to me just wasn't convincing enough. Now, if we would have had a more meaningful stab up here and then we start working lower, shorting inside this fair value gap, like we've had a lot of entries the past couple of weeks where as soon as we breach consequent encroachment, I'm just shorting right there before it breaks the low, comes back, like just short inside of it, which is what I did on my funded. But this shallow little wick, because that's a daily buy-side liquidity pool, I wanted to see something more exaggerated above it. So I was unsure whether or not we wanted to trade into the fair value gap, get another rally, make sure we clean that up, and then break lower. So it's just one of those gray areas where it's like, I wanted a little bit more from NASDAQ, but and now we're going into a little consolidation. Any Apex account? No giveaways, but I mean, 90% off. They're doing a 90% off sale. I think that's close to free as you can get it. Yeah, promo code C trades or don't. It doesn't make a difference. banned from Apex. That's tough. If they ban me, that's tough. Any reason for long? All my short attempt and my long attempt is simply based off of I'm not convinced that we're done up here. So longing after we cleared out the sell side, looking for another rally into the buy side. Obviously, I was wrong. It looks like NASDAQ isn't interested in that level at the moment. And then as far as not taking a short, same reason, not convinced that we were done up here. So this little shallow little wick above it kind of threw me off because in my opinion, on a daily chart, this is just forming relative equal highs because that's such a small wick, on a scale of a daily chart. So kind of got tripped up there, but it's all good. Is there activation? Yeah, there's an activation fee. We'll just go ahead and, because this is just ranging. All right, 1 second, I'll switch over. All right, so just thought I'd switch over since NASDAQ is forming this little bear flag, whatever you want to call it. I'm actually $200 short. You need 7,500 as a buffer. So I'll probably slap on a couple micros in the PM session and secure that. But, well, I pretty much, the heck? Oh, it was on the mini, that's why. It's pretty much the same logic. Buy side liquidity pool. And this is your ATM model. It was just hard for me to trust on my live personal account for the reasons I explained earlier, but buy side taken, highest high after 7 a.m. into a key level, higher time frame key level, and my short is inside the fair value gap, and then my exit, simply the sell side there. So nothing crazy, nothing special. It would be nice to have taken that on my personal account, but I just wanted a little bit more meaningful rally above that. TradingView changed their thing. It doesn't tell you how much. You hover above. But anyway. Let's go back to the micros. It's getting really nasty in here for the time being. See what 10:30 brings. I want to stay on till 11, see if I can make that back. I lost less than 0.5%, so it's not anything meaningful. If I do find a re-entry, I'll go back in with 6 contracts and then same thing, see if I can pyramid it in. Or if we just look nasty and consolidate, then I'll just take my 1 loss and I'll recoup it tomorrow morning. It's a clean ATM model trade. And if it just keeps breaking lower, then I'll just take my L. This is easily becoming one of my favorite setups, though. That kind of like a Judas swing. I'm not at the point where I can short it above the high as it's going up, but a couple months ago, I wouldn't have taken that trade. Same with the ones that we've taken the past couple of weeks where we're shorting inside the fair value gap after it's taken buy side. My entry is getting higher and higher to the high, so seeing some growth there. Don't you think it's a little dangerous to sell at the high? I mean, if you're core content month 2 and month 1, there's a thing ICT called the smart money paradigm. So we, as retail traders, we see it dangerous to short above the highs. But if you think about it, that's where you want to get short. You want to get short as high as you can above the buy side liquidity pool. But to me, I want to get short all the way up here if I can. The best short entry, in my opinion, is above the buy side, because if you just think about it in terms of liquidity, what's above the buy side is buy stop. So there's people willing to buy at a high price. So if I'm pretending I'm smart money and I want to go short, I need people who are buyers. If I want to sell something, if I want to go short, if I want to sell, I need people who are going to buy it. Well, where are the buyers above this high with their buy stop? So if I'm going short, I don't really want to get short down here. I want to sell to the people buying up here. So my short is above the buy stop with all those orders. So that's kind of why, I want to be a short up here. And then a lot of times this stuff will happen because normally I would wait, close beneath the inversion fair value gap, next candle opens, trades up, hits it. That would be my short. But in this instance, we're so bearish and heavy, we never traded to the low end of it. But in my opinion, once we breach through consequent encroachment, because like always, if I'm bullish and I'm expecting higher prices, I would say, okay, I want this fair value gap to either stay open or at least the lower half of it stay open. So the moment we trade to consequent encroachment, then we trade to consequent encroachment again, I feel comfortable shorting that because it's already showing that it's weak by trading through consequent encroachment twice. And then again, I want to sell near that high because there's buy stops, there's people buying. And that pairing of orders is a smart money paradigm that ICT describes in core content, which I'm sending out more notes soon. It's a nice rainy day here. It's a nice day to study and just send out some more notes from core content. I want to hurry up and get to month 2, so I may knock out 2 or 3 episodes today. the wick touching it, yes. The reaching consequent encroachment once, failing to make a higher high, then trading to consequent encroachment again, that's telling me that it's likely to just rotate lower. And then again, the only reason why I didn't feel comfortable taking it on my live personal account is I was 50-50 on whether or not we wanted a more meaningful stab above the buy side. That's the only reason. So that's a little irritating. If we would have had like a candle like this here above that daily buy side, then at that point I'm licking my chops because we have our opening prices beneath us and it's just the same thing we've been doing the past couple weeks. But 8:30 open here, midnight open here. Best shorting opportunities is above that. This just threw me off a little bit. Like we've only traded above the buy side by maybe 2 points, if that. So it's just one of those scenarios where, you know, it is what it is. It's getting really nasty in here now. And the daily chart really isn't looking like it's in a hurry to do anything spectacular. As far as the rest of the week for news, really don't have anything crazy. High impact news tomorrow, 8:30. High impact news Friday at 8:30. But for those who are new, if this is your first stream, I promise I take trades on stream. But my funded account, that's something I'm doing on the side. I told myself I wasn't gonna update anybody on the funded account because it just adds extra pressure. Like, the funded account is mine, but I promise you I do take trades on stream. But I only want the highest quality setups when it comes to trading my real money, so. But I think I'm gonna stay on to like 10:35, 10:45. I want to give it till 10:30 because a lot of times we'll start seeing NASDAQ start to move around 10:30, so I don't want to get off too early. So I'm just waiting. You don't need to share your trades. It's not a signal service, but I do want you guys to see me execute live and watch me walk it through and all that like y'all are used to. This is just one of those instances where I only trust taking it on one account. But yeah. And it's getting really muddy in here. I think the midnight open can still be a draw if we're this close to it and we're forming relative equal lows. Tremaine's model, shorting above the midnight open. Partial at sell side. Close your runner at midnight open. That's Tremaine's model in a nutshell. As a matter of fact, we'll go ahead and do a little journal entry with that. Because these are screenshots I like to keep in the server so people can study should they want to trade this model.
Order filled.
Look at that exit. The midnight opening price offers such beautiful exits. We saw that last week. It's just there we go. Don't want to get off too early. Hey, chill. I got so much better than that. That's what's up, Casino. Yeah, Casino, you've been rocking with us for a while, bro. That's what's up. I don't see a lot of a few, but the Discord is growing and the channel's growing, so there's a lot of new faces. And every now and then I'll see somebody in the Discord who's been with us for a while. Curry Fishball, Tim. They've been in here for a minute. That's what's up, man. I love y'all boys, man. Or gals. For those who may have tuned into the stream late, this was taken off camera. I don't want to give the illusion that I took this on stream. I'm like, yay, look, we all won, took it on stream, yay. No. But this is how I journal, and these are the screenshots. These are the screenshots I send on Twitter and share in the Discord. So we have examples of Tremaine's model, examples of the New York ATM model. I'm building that folder as well, so we can have at least 10, 15 examples of each model, so you can study and observe what I see as far as liquidity and partials and whatnot. What would it take to be a charter member? What would it take to be a charter member? I don't know, but appreciate that. This is getting nasty. Now, I purposely didn't even talk about the first presented fair value gap because our theme, our webinar, the focus last week was simplifying our trading. So I wanted to make a conscious effort to keep the charts clean this morning. I didn't mention the first presented fair value gap one time because, not saying you don't need it, but too many people get tripped up over it. Is this the first presented fair value gap? Is that the first presented fair value gap? Which fair value gap are you using? Can we use a 930 candle this time? Or which one are you using? I have this one, but micro has a different fair value gap. So to prove that you don't need it, it's not going to kill you. This literally, and this is exactly what we've talked about in the webinar. All you need is one or two key daily levels, which in this case was that buy side liquidity on the daily chart, and then your two opening prices. Really, the two opening prices alone. You can just have 7 a.m. and two opening prices, and you have a bias. If we're trading above that highest high after 7, we're above the 8:30 open, above the midnight open. You don't even need a daily chart. You don't care what the first presented fair value gap is. You can see that we're in a premium just given our opening prices because this is from the daily range. So forget the first presented fair value gap. Forget the Venom model, which is what you see here. Forget all that stuff. So simplify your trading, because ICT is going to come out with a whole lot of stuff that eventually I want to implement to my trading down the road. But for now, the chart is clean. It's just one fair value gap. You can see the buy side, you can see the sell side. And then eventually you'll get to the point where you don't even need this on your chart. You can just see the buy side getting taken. And then your chart just look like this. Right? You don't have to have the trend line saying that we ran the buy side. You can just hover your mouse over the price point underneath the sell side. Okay, sell side is 86.25. Set your limit order. You don't need to draw the rectangle. You can just short as it's trading into it. And then people will be like, whoa, what the heck? You're trading a naked chart? And you'll be like, yep. All I need is two opening prices. And there you go. Because eventually this is how I would want my charts to look. The YouTube community won't like it because they're not in the live streams and they'll miss all the narrative. But like, to me, this is less stressful. This is easier to trade because I can see the candles. There's nothing clouding the way. So it's 10:30. We'll see if we get anything interesting. I'll stay on for 5-10 more minutes. If we're just still kind of hanging around, then we'll go ahead and get off. It looks like that short was the main move for the morning. I'm going to go grab a drink and a quick snack. I'll be right back. what's it looking like? Whole bunch of nothing. I'm back. What's it looking like? I keep doing it. Whole bunch of nothing. Yeah, I think we're gonna call it here. One trade on the funded account off camera, obviously, and one loss on my personal, a little less than 0.5%. And I'm really liking scaling in because if I would have went in with 10 contracts initially, that loss would have been a little bigger. But going in with 6 first, letting it pan out, then adding the 4 on later, it's been doing me really well. The loss has been really small, and the wins have been nice. But I think we're gonna end it here. After that daily buy side was taken and the sell off is looking a little muddy. So one loss. That was my first trade of the week. So we'll look to recoup that Thursday and Friday. Likely won't trade anymore today. I'm done on the funded, and I'll just show back up tomorrow on my live account and see what we get in the morning. Clean, short setup, in my opinion, really clean actually. It's just that shallow run above the buy side on daily chart. It wasn't too convincing for me to take on both accounts. So we'll see what we get tomorrow. What else? Oh wait, is today Wednesday? Oh, today is Wednesday. We have our webinar. I forgot that bank holiday threw me off. We have, actually I think it's live back testing. Live back testing. I think it's going to be a back testing / like trade breakdown over our past few weeks, whatever. And we'll do that. That starts at 1:30, okay? 10, 11, 12, 1. So 3 hours from now. In 3 hours, we're meeting back here in the PM session for our webinar / live back testing, trade, breakdown, recap kind of thing. It will be recorded if you can't tune in live, okay? And we may do like a Q&A at the end. So I will see y'all. Yeah, I'll see y'all at 1:30. All right, peace.
I'm Maddie, and this is my Oxfit XS1. I'm a triathlete.
That's why I tried to get in there, because it broke below it with a displacement. I don't even blame me there. So. Let's see. Yeah, it's definitely weaker. We're at 1050. It's reaching. Yes, reaching for that sell side. Tapped it right now. And keep breaking back below that midnight open. Breaking this swing low here. Wicking it. Yes, made an equal low there. I didn't take it yet. Hey, ES at that sell side there. Took it. NQ note. Reached up into this little FEG there, rejecting there actually at the moment. It's like it's not looking that amazing. This structure is ugly. GES just took that low. I wouldn't be trying to, I would not want to try to go NQ for catch up in. This is the heat map. This is S&P. So mostly that's red is finance. Okay, let's see. NQ here, pretty even on the day. Can't find anything good here. Back above midnight open for NASDAQ. ES took that sell side, so yeah, the question is ES going to break this low again? This is like previous day what I was looking for longs, so what I was looking there. Yeah, just looking to see if we were okay. Kind of disappointing move lower. Like the hourly showed it, but I don't know. And definitely where I was entering on the 1 minute was not the way to do it, I guess. Well, on ES, I put my stop here and then it stopped me out right there before it chugged lower. Not looking like we're getting any speed after 1050 either. We dropped there and we didn't do much since then. See, we're gonna make another swing low. This is pretty shitty. I'm not gonna be trying to look for another short in this shit ass structure. It's gonna could easily just have this candle to the upside knocking me out again. Yeah, there's no displacement here. NQ can't even get to new low of day here. It's kind of frustrating to me because I had the right idea for the target, but the structure just didn't plan itself out for me to get a nice clean trade, so it's okay. I really can't deal. This is so ugly. It's so oh my god, it's so annoying to me actually. I just realized. That is so annoying. Huh. If I shorted ES in the same place where I shorted NQ, I would have been fine actually. And if I put the same stop. That's so annoying. I put it here. Well, maybe I would have. I typically put like one tick above though, or two. This is high. Maybe I would have gotten ticked out. You never know, but this was an equal high. Nah, I wouldn't have gotten out then. But I guess I just, yeah, I didn't find that RR to be as good, or I could have definitely tried to enter there or something. But that was the weaker asset, so maybe I should have just done that. That's just me journaling right now. Can't be too mad. Kind of annoying where I got stopped out for ES, I would like NQ did not make out a new high there. Swing high there. Right? Yeah. But it's like incredibly hard to read. This looks very barcodey, just slightly to the downside. So it's very difficult. Yeah, it's now 11 a.m. We made a new low of day on NQ, but not loving it. I don't know. There's nothing for me to do here, really. I don't think so. That hourly candle's over. Close below this on ES. I think NQ still follows suit to the downside, to be honest. It's just like, I can't figure out how it's going to be doing it. Rather, it might be an ugly way. Damn. This is just funny. Like if you zoom out and you look at that, it's just like, okay, it's no wonder you can get slightly kind of frustrated with that. But I mean, I'm still watching this, but it's not giving what it needs to give. Well, let's see here. I'm guessing tomorrow might be better. But I'm definitely not trying to overtrade this, like I've said. The next hourly candle started. It's 4 minutes into it. I'm kind of just watching if it's gonna take these swing highs and how it's gonna do that. Frustrating.
All right, we'll get back to you.
Awesome.
Thanks, Ben. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
What? Why did I say that?
Goldfish have short memories.
If I had stuck with this, it would have taken, where did I enter? I entered like around, where did I enter this one? Here. That took 37 minutes, 35 minutes. It's a long time. Okay, here we are taking out those swing highs. With a displacement. Divergence at the lows. Let's see what this looks like. Is this going to end up holding up or is it going to invert back to the downside? Let's see. The 2 minutes probably cleaner.
Order filled.
looks pretty good, and it looks like it's holding up. I'm waiting to see if it makes another swing high. Because I did say I need to look at NQ a little bit further up now. I still do think that NQ could get down to here. Yeah. If I were to go for longs, I would probably just shoot for this. The upside, like internal. So that makes the longs actually a lot more difficult. Could literally like lose any kind of momentum here and just continue to chop. That's what I'm afraid of. That's why I'm not entering here. And plus, I'm still kind of bear bias here. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Maybe it does end up having a nice inversion to the downside. Maybe I then find a short. I don't know. I need to see. Wicking. This is like your breaker. That didn't really take out any liquidity, only this 1 minute. See on ES. Is there a 1 minute breaker here? It's not even holding up, so it's actually looking weaker than NQ. NQ actually inverted this. Yeah, the 2 minute. Yeah, I'd wait until 2 minute closes. Two minutes not closing there, so nah. Blah. It's too 50-50 for me.
Order filled.
Okay.
Order filled.
It just looks like to me it's going to consolidate. There's no nice clean displacement below a low. It didn't invert on this 2-minute, but it just took out a low and this lower one wicked off of that. I don't really love it. Like, it could come back again up to the upside. So it's kind of frustrating to me right now. See here. Like, the move lower is barely any FEGs there, so. Still wait. I'm just gonna wait. I mean, I'm giving this until like 11:30, but I might just, yeah, not do anything. 1 minute left in this 15-minute candle, right? So if this like wicked and took this other one, rejected here, then the next one you would think that would go for this low. So within that, I have a decent amount of, I think, distance. I don't know. We'll see. See how this 15-minute fares. Yes, definitely looking way sadder. This 3-minute inverted. Finally. Kind of crazy though. We still didn't reach that sell side. Kind of do want to just put like 1 mini on there. It's very hard for me to do this though. But I don't want to miss it if it does end up doing this. Build the 15 here. 15 closed there. Got a pretty ugly close there. I'm not in it right now, but I'm just trying to think about my process. I did take out that buy side. It's 11:17. did invert this to below midnight. The thing is, it never even made any sort of, and on this down move on the way down, it never gave us an FEG to work off of. So I can't take it yet. I'll just monitor it. It's fine. I can't take it right now. Like, especially NQ is the stronger one. Ugh, and you guys made a new low. The SMT is enough for me to not do that. Get an SMT at that high though. I'm like still watching this. I'm like, why am I still watching this? This is like crappy. I'm just gonna give myself a headache. I'm just gonna give myself a headache. Once this kid takes this, I'll be really happy that I stopped myself from taking another trade there. And then I'll probably leave because it's this is funny. I think my stop outs were just kind of unfortunate. Like, this was an unfortunate one here. I moved my stop down. Stopped out by like a couple ticks. Whatever. It'll be easier price action movements where I get paid in 10 minutes or less versus this is so crappy. Even from this trade idea, it took 35 minutes. It's a tough day, but it makes sense because it's a smaller range. We have FOMC minutes later, but we have way more larger news tomorrow and Friday, so I'd be more aggressive tomorrow and Friday than today. 140 points from the New York session range, entire range. It's very small. It's like a third of the average daily range. I'm just watching this as I'm happy as I filtered out that trade, and I'm gonna be happy if this gets hit because I stopped my compulsion there. All right. Yeah, that move down was very anticlimactic. Okay, I'm happy now. All right, I'm happy there. Whatever, down 1.5 R. I'm literally gonna go golf for like an hour. The simulator. Close out my trading. Whatever. Today's not the day. Not a quick day. Not a day to be pressing the button too much. Tried it twice. Down 1.5 R in the day. It's whatever. So I'll see you back here tomorrow, where hopefully it's unemployment claims and better price action, right? And then Friday PCE will be hopefully even better. So, ciao. This morning was kind of bleh, you know. We had a couple of good moves. But yeah, that's all. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good luck and good trading, and don't be a degenerate today. Bye-bye.